Adam, you've been waiting for a while.
Over the last, over the last 3 years, you've been seeing a lot of veterans coming out of the military, utilizing the new post 9/11 GI Bill. I am one of them. I did 4 years in the Marine Corps. What do you think that the state chapters can do to better bring in veterans, get them more acclimated into the collegiate life, get them to where they can understand that their little ghosts that are inside them, that what they dealt with when they were overseas, can be filtrated into counseling services that are provided on the university, not the VA. What do you guys think that we could do?
That's an extremely important question. I think it kind of falls in line with my plan to coalition build. Obviously, ROTC groups are very important on campus. I think it's great to partner with them. I know Case Western, they raise thousands of dollars each year in order to send care packages to the troops. So I think that reaching out to veterans overseas as well is a great and necessary idea, as well as bringing in veterans towards chapters. I'm open to ideas on that, whether I know some chapters have had ideas of hosting a concert, that's specifically sponsored with and by and for veterans, fundraising with veteran-specific things, whether it's around, Memorial Day, Labor Day, things like that. So I think as long as we coalition build and reach out to ROTC groups, which can first connect us with veterans on campus, we can have a successful relationship.
First of all, Semper Fi. My dad's a retiree, 26 years in the Corps. My brother is serving right now, just came back from Afghanistan. I was a military brat growing up, lived in 29 Palms, I hope you never have to go there. Oh yeah, you know. And I have the utmost respect for military. That is one of the main reasons why I'm a Republican, is because I've experienced that sacrifice that my father went through and what my family went through. So I think it's very important that we reach out to him. I'm actually using my dad's post 9/11 GI Bill right now to go to college as well. One way you can do that is you can look, if your school has yellow ribbon, your administration can help you reach out to people who are getting yellow ribbon and GI Bill and possibly invite them to your CR meetings and get them acclimated. Have special CR theme nights just for, writing letters overseas, care packages, inviting veterans to the meetings to get involved. And obviously counseling services are very important. We have an Army veteran on our campus that I met through our VA bill that we used together, we both use. And he's come to the College Republicans, and I usually sit down and talk to them about their experience and show support. And we always try to show our members the different outlets they have on campus and resources to ensure that they get taken care of.
And the reason why I'm asking that about the outlets is because nothing of the last, it was like a year and a half ago, we had a Navy vet kill himself here due to PTSD.
I'm sorry about that. Sorry. I think after the third time I would get with it. Oh, I think I got you. There we go.
Alrighty. If you do not win this election, what are your plans for next year regarding the OCRF and college Republicans in general?
If I don't win this election, I still plan on being very active in college Republicans. At minimal at my chapter. My chapter has grown so much. I love my chapter to death. Every one of them has grown as a leader, as a Republican, and they just make me so happy every time we do something with activism. So I will definitely be there to help them. I'm stepping down as chair finally after 2 years. I'm sure they're very excited. And I'm trying to get a new fresh blood into our club so that when I leave, I can ensure that our club will carry on. So I'll be doing a lot of my time with that. Also, obviously, reaching out to other chapters in my region, helping them. Hopefully we can do some chapter group bonding, some activism together, and still paint Ohio red, because regardless if I win or not, or our ticket wins or not, it's important that we still unite, because regardless if we win, uniting is important in the OCRF, and we win and paint Ohio red in November.
I agree. I'm going to stay involved with my local chapter, Sinclair, as well as the chapters in the Dayton area. I was involved with them, Cedarville. I've been to their meetings a number of times, as well as Wright States. I plan on staying involved to my fullest. I'm not going to sleep until Obama's out of office. I pray to God that's this November, not 4 years from now. I believe electing me, and we can help with that by taking back the youth vote here in Ohio. So I plan on staying involved to my absolute fullest and out there knocking doors making phone calls and helping get rid of Obama and making sure our chapters stay active.
As the chairman of a chapter that used to be inactive, I think it's really important to have support from the OCRF leadership so that these chapters can start getting involved and thriving. So I was wondering what you guys, what your plans were for getting inactive chapters to start doing things again.
I'm curious of what chapter.
I'm from Cedarville College of Republicans.
I've had experience. I feel your pain. It's very disheartening when your chapter goes inactive. But from my experience, it's also very easy and very exciting to get your chapter back on its feet. If our ticket's elected, and there's a lot of chapters that are getting near inactivity or are completely inactive right now. We can either, if we don't have a contact, go there, meet with the administration, meet with students, because a lot of schools will let you go and at least walk around and see, or like we had a table last year where you could just come and see if anybody would walk up and wanted to do it, and then we get contacts that way and build from there. If we do have a contact, we can go there, help them, get the regional directors involved to go to that school, help them build up membership. The field directors did a really great job with this when they came in 2010 to my school. I think Jake Fulmer, our field director, signed up 280 students that day. There's only 1,300 kids at my school, so that's a big deal. So I think our regional directors will play a great deal in getting all of our chapters back on their feet, and that's one of the biggest parts of the Unite the OCRF platform, is putting our chapters first, getting them back on their feet, and making them strong.
I might agree with most of those points. Again, sometimes there's a few chapters that I've called up and had to talk to a former advisor that can connect me with a current student. I did my share of Facebook stacking the chapter at Urbana. They had gone inactive. I found out their chapter by just going to their Urbana school's home Facebook page and found somebody who mentioned about a College Republic group. So I added them on Facebook, found them. Next thing you know, there's a chapter up and running. They were able to make it a CPAC this year. So sometimes it's just figuring out different sorts of ways, whether it's calling an advisor, going out and visiting chapters, as I've done these past few months and last year, going and visiting them, calling them, and staying in communication is a huge thing, and being on the phone with them. A lot of times, it's a single small chapter who the vision that they're representing is getting hammered in the media, hammered by the professors in the classroom, and they're thinking, I'm all alone out there. So you can let them know that the State Federation is fully behind you and committed to doing anything they can to help you out.
Going along with that, I had a question, especially with small schools, Walsh being, they have 3,000 and some students, so it's hard for us to get members. Do you guys have any plan, especially with your fundraising, what you guys talked about, with giving money to the different chapters to use as they want, or like a categorical grant, something like that? Do you have any plans to do that so that we can, one, get more members, help recruit more members, and two, play a bigger role in the community with electing officials and that sort of thing?
Absolutely. I would like to institute a block grant system, which is dependent on fundraising, to where chapters can submit a application each month, and we just shout a couple $100, whether it's for operational funds, whether it's for a specific event. I know when I visited Walsh and your guys' chapter last fall, you guys have made about 16,000 voter contacts. And a couple years ago, Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys had a very small chapter, and you've grown to 20 or 25 people a member. So I think following up on that, the best way is to continually, hand out those funds on an application basis, making sure there's a need for it, and giving it to chapters based on need as far as hosting it for a certain event, as well as giving you the tools to raise money in your other area, on your own, and within your regional area. A lot of times, as we mentioned, you can go on the Secretary of State's website and look up donors across the state, and you can see the ones that are in your area, so you can call that donor up, and you have that connection being from the same region, and say, hey, we're a College Republican chapter, 20 minutes, 15 minutes from your office. We want to help you out in spreading your vision of conservatism, and we would love for you to help us out as well. So block grants and connecting you with donors and funders in your area.
The answer to your question is absolutely will help you. First thing is getting the money in. That'll be one of my very first goals, and we'll be working on that strategy as soon as we're elected. Grants will be one of our first things that we do as well, to get you guys the money you need, the resources you need to do the activism that you want to do. Like I said, incentivizing is one of our main goals with the OCRF platform. So yes, definitely.